US CENTCOM announced on May 16th that it had anchored a temporary pier to the Gaza Strip to deliver humanitarian aid by sea. The United States had delayed anchoring the pier due to inclement weather until now. CENTCOM said that trucks carrying humanitarian assistance will begin moving ashore in the coming days. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Charles Brown, expects that aid will start moving into the Gaza Strip by the weekend, and that initially around 25 trucks will move into the Strip. U.S. officials have said previously that 90 trucks will move into the Strip in the initial phase of the plan. Egypt rejected on May 16th an Israeli proposal to coordinate the reopening of the Rafah border crossing, according to two unspecified Egyptian security sources. An Israeli delegation visited Cairo on May 15th to present a plan to reopen the crossing. The proposal included a mechanism on how to manage the crossing after an Israeli withdrawal, including having the Palestinian Authority unofficially manage the crossing. An unspecified U.S. official told Israeli media on May 13th that the PA rejected the Israeli proposal for the PA to manage the crossing. Egypt said that the crossing would be managed only by Palestinian authorities, leaving few options other than the PA. Israel said on May 16th that 250 trucks carrying humanitarian aid entered the Gaza Strip through the Kerem Shalom crossing in the southern Gaza Strip and the western Erez crossing in the northern Strip. Aid groups and the UN have reportedly struggled to deliver the trucks due to active fighting near the crossings. This effort is part of a larger plan to provide much-needed assistance to the residents of Gaza amid ongoing conflict. The entry of aid trucks is expected to alleviate some immediate needs, but continues to face significant logistical and security challenges due to the ongoing hostilities. Palestinian fighters conducted at least 3 rocket attacks from the Gaza Strip into southern Israel since CTPISW's last data cutoff on May 15. Hamas and the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine separately fired rockets targeting Kerem Shalom and Nahal Oz, respectively. Unspecified Palestinian fighters mortared Mafalsim. The attacks come amid increasing tensions and ongoing conflict in the region. The Israeli Defense Forces have responded to these attacks, heightening the already volatile situation. The recent surge in rocket attacks underscores the persistent state of conflict and the challenges in achieving a ceasefire or lasting peace. Israeli forces have engaged Palestinian fighters in at least 8 locations in the West Bank since CTPISW's data cutoff on May 15. The IDF conducted an extensive operation on May 16 to disrupt Palestinian militia financing networks in several cities in the West Bank. The IDF raided sites in Bethlehem, Nablus, Qalqilia, Ramallah, Tubas, and Tulkarm. They detained several Palestinians, confiscated documents, and seized unspecified technological equipment. The IDF stated that the operation was part of an effort to prevent terrorist funds in the Central Command. The operation highlights the ongoing efforts by the IDF to curb militant activities in the West Bank. Lebanese Hezbollah has conducted at least 16 attacks into northern Israel since CTPISW's last data cutoff on May 15th. Hezbollah launched 2 S-5 air-to-surface rockets from a drone for the first time, targeting an IDF site near the Israel-Lebanon border. The IDF stated that Hezbollah used a one-way attack drone. Hezbollah also conducted its furthest drone attack into Israel yet on May 15th, with one drone striking an Israeli missile-detecting blimp 35 kilometers south of the Israel-Lebanon border. The IDF Air Force struck a weapons manufacturing plant that Hezbollah used to build guided munitions and drones in the Baalbek region. The IDF 98th Division continued to conduct clearing operations in Jabalia refugee camp on May 16th. Israeli forces killed and detained dozens of fighters, located weapons, and destroyed military infrastructure in Jabalia. Israeli airstrikes have killed over 150 fighters in Jabalia since the IDF expanded clearing operations there on May 11th. Palestinian militias have claimed 20 attacks targeting Israeli forces operating near Jabalia refugee camp since CTPISW's last data cutoff on May 15th. The IDF also announced that 5 soldiers died from Israeli tank fire in Jabalia on May 15th, mistaking a group of Israeli soldiers for Palestinian fighters.